Oh my goodness, what a beautiful article, isn't it? Apparently, chat, society has changed dramatically from the time of our parents. Like, for a long while, the world used to work the way the world used to work, but now, through the magic of forward thinking, older women are in high demand, right? So out goes the 18-year-old supermodel, and instead we have ladies such as these. Like, these are the coveted ones, right? Like, if you go on Twitch right now, and you look like for the top e-girls, for, the most popular female streamers that get a lot of super chats through parasocial relationships by Sims, this is what you will see. What I find fascinating is this trend that I keep noticing, where they will claim something that makes absolutely no sense, and then they would have a panel with people that are not involved in the community they're talking about. So in this situation, they're talking about what men prefer, and the panel doesn't have a single man in it. I've also noticed the same with video games, right? Like, they talking about what gamers like, and the panel is filled with academics, none of which have ever picked up a single video game in their life. Or they will have a panel talking about right-wing extremism, and the panel is filled with leftists. Like, not a single right-winger inside. Did you notice that? Oh my goodness, it's fascinating. Alright, so, let's tackle this interesting thing, right? Older women are in demand by younger men. Oh, okay. So, I don't have a doctor with the lab and their expertise to figure out young men, right? Like, we don't have the experts. But what I do have is called common sense and pattern recognition. And so, if I'm looking around and I'm seeing that most of the people that I know happen to have women that are either younger than them or the same age, and this is like a 90% type of thing, I'm going to try to believe my own eyes and my own universe than it is to believe the experts. I'm just saying, like, this is how I go through life, and this is how my mom went through life, and this is how my grandmother went through life, and this is how my great-grandparent went. So, like, I'm thinking, like, if it worked up until now, if I use this logic, I may possibly be correct, okay? So, sure, like, it is possible that everywhere outside my universe, young men are dating women that hit the wall, and they have now become the most coveted, but I'm just going to live in ignorance, right? Here's the actual thing. Let me tell you why it actually makes sense, what I'm actually talking about. So, when I was young, and we're talking about 15 years old, and even after that when I was in university, turns out that there were a couple of girls my age that I liked. Some of them I even had a crush on. And they happened to be in relationships, right? And their boyfriend was twice their age. So imagine a 16-year-old girl with like a 25 or 26. Disgusting, I know, absolutely. But, hey, I just happen to know the case. I wasn't involved. In fact, I would have preferred if they were together. But, I meet the guy, right? Usually you go with your classmates to hang out. Or at the university, you go to a study group and you meet the guy. And you gotta, like, lean your head back in order to look all the way up until you see his head, right? Because, like, the size difference is major, right, when you're still growing up. 2 years look like he's an ogre. But still, I'm living with my parents. Not because I'm lazy or anything like that. It's because I cannot afford to move out, right? Like, I cannot work because I study. I'm still at the university. I have to show up for at least 8 hours a day. Like, it's impossible for me to also get a job. And so, I don't have any cash for dating outside of what my parents give me. I don't have a room or a place where I can hang around with a woman. And I don't have a car. And so, the other guy, the competition, right, which is twice as older than I am, well, he has his own apartment, he has his own car, he's got a job, he's got a wage. How the fuck can I compete with that? Right? And this is where the women's are going. Like, they chose the sugar daddy. And so, like, what can I do? I just cope, right? And this wasn't a me thing. Almost all of my friends experienced that. Like when I was young, having knowing other people who are also virgins, because again they cannot land a date because the competition is what it is, right? Like it wasn't something unnatural. And in fact, like statistics actually show that this generation has like a very high percentage of virgins under the age of 25. And so, a lot of men missed their teenage years. And it's not about sex. It's about going in the park, holding hands. It's about going to the arcades. It's about doing something silly, watching anime, playing PlayStation, like that type of shit, which is normal for teenagers to do, but like a lot of us missed it. And so when we did manage to get our own shit in order, when we finished university and we got a job and we got our house and we have a car, why would we date this instead of dating someone younger? I mean, can I go into the park and hold hands with these ladies? Can I play on a PlayStation with them? Can I go to the arcades with them? Like, of course not, right? Like, I miss those things. So I got the woman, which is now my wife, and she's 9 years younger than me. And I actually did all those things. These women, they also did those things, right? Like, when they were dating older men constantly, they were the ones benefiting. But now, I suppose they're upset. Right? Like, they're upset that men their age are dating younger women. In other words, they're dating younger versions of them, which is literally what they did. So, like, they're really upset because they notice that other women are doing exactly what they did. And because they didn't manage to land a marriage, because they didn't manage to, make a family with those older men, they're now single. And so, here's the thing. I can definitely understand why a younger woman wants an older man. Like, first of all, she probably expects that he's going to die soon and inherit his fortune. She probably gets, like, all of the safety, like a new house where she doesn't have to live with her parents anymore. Like, she has the opportunity to move out, something that I didn't have when I was a teenager. She has all of his business contacts, so he can help her land a job, which is something I didn't have when I was a teenager. And of course, they can go on a field trip to France, to Spain, to other places, which is something that I couldn't do when I was a teenager. So, like, they get all these benefits, right? What a benefit would, I guess a young man, an 18-year-old man have to date one of these ladies? Right? Like, dating a woman that's eggless, that cannot produce an offspring, like, why? But like, let's say you do find that guy. Let's say you find that guy that like, for him, anything with a pulse. He is so desperate for companionship that he's going to do what he's gonna do. This is the best that he can do. Like, there's no other option. He doesn't want to be single. He doesn't want to be a Catholic monk at the age of 20 years old. He literally just wants companionship. And this is his limit, Like, this is the best that's available for him. Would these women be interested in him? Like, would these women be interested in an immature college frat boy type of individual? Like, he likes to stay home, he likes to play video games, he likes anime, he enjoys going out in the park and holding hands and that type of romantic shit. Would they be interested? Like, they have businesses, they have cars, they go to panels. Like, how is it like if before going to this panel, they have to leave their 18-year-old boyfriend to sit around outside while Bobby goes and, like, is this normal? Because the opposite is. Like, the opposite just happens to be normal. Because, like, here's the thing. Men are actually willing to put with an immature woman. I don't know why it is, but, like, look at Japan, for example, right? I'm not talking about anime. I'm talking about, like, the actual Japanese people. Women in Japan are very similar to Eastern European women. Like, they like cute things, they send heart emojis, they behave in a cute manner, they make the heart gesture with their hands. They leave you food in the morning so that you have at work, and they leave a nice note with a little heart and a love you type of thing. Men like that shit. Okay? Like, men like that innocent cuteness that even, like, 25-year-old Japanese girls have. Women would not like a guy like that. right? Like, it's just like biological. I don't know why it is, but like women would not like a guy that's trying to act cute, that's doing all of the emojis and shit like that. It's like, the fuck are you doing? Grow the fuck up, right? So I don't care like how many panels they have. I don't care like how many experts they have. You cannot convince me that reality is completely different than what all of us experience. Because it's not just me, like, okay, fine. Like, I don't happen to know a lot of young men that are dating older women. Perfect. But I can ask other men, right? And so I ask them, and it's like, do you happen to know? No. And they can ask others, right? And there you go. I've just made a study. Sure, it's not official, it's not peer reviewed, but it's good enough for me. Like, for my brain, it's sufficient. I will tell you what's actually happening here. The way that men understand the world is through pattern recognition, right? So, like, for example, single moms. Like, they notice that a lot of single moms that happen to get in a relationship, the second relationship doesn't work either. For whatever reason that may be, they don't care. But they notice, it's like, okay, my best friend, he got a single mom. 3 years later, didn't work out. Another friend of mine got a single mom, didn't work out. Another friend got a single mom, didn't work out. Now, you can probably understand why that is, right? Sure, but you notice the pattern. And so, like, by noticing the pattern, you make the idea that maybe I shouldn't get a single mom. Like, there's no reason for me to when there are other women available that are single moms, Women don't behave like this. Women believe in orthodoxy. Like, they literally gaslight each other that, single moms are perfectly valid. And if you're a single mom, you'll have no problem finding a significant other. You shouldn't lower your standards. Eventually, Prince Charming is going to come. And they just, like, gaslight each other with this. And then they actually expect it to be the case. Like, even if they see on various forums that guys are expressing, look, we do not like single moms. They will think that, no, the guy is wrong. And if there's like 10 million guys that tell them, no, all of them are wrong. Like, we have convinced each other, we have decided that single moms are still fashionable and they're still available on the dating market. And so when they see like any other contradictory response, they think like, no, that response is wrong. Like, there is nothing that can ungaslight them. And this is how women function, right? And so, like, in this situation, like, they make a panel and they decide that young men are flocking, right? It's not like they're flocking to older women. And even though they see no pattern of this, like, you should see it on Twitch, as I mentioned before, right? You should see it on social media. Like, you would have younger women jealous of older women if this was the case, wouldn't it? But you don't see it. It's nowhere to be seen. And they don't care because they're not interested in the pattern, right? They're interested in what the experts have told them. Like, the ladies on the screen told them that actually being an older woman is desirable. And if a man doesn't like it, then there's something wrong with that man. And I'm like, okay, like, if you want to live in a gaslit world, live in the gaslit world. I mean, what can I say? Yeah? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.